Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Ryga.
And I'm Brad.
And we're going to do a pretty rad big air trick tip here with Brad, actually, that we caught on camera here in Hood River.
Yeah, it's a Crail grab on a late back roll. I do this trick without a Kiteloop, and I'm kind of using it as a progression step towards doing the late back roll with a Mega Loop.
Which I think is going to be a key video in this new series we're working on. We've been working with Sean as well from the North team, just doing big air basics. And yeah, this is going to be a great way for all of you frothers out there who are thinking about trying Kiteloop late back rolls to transition yourself into it.
Yeah.
So let's dive into this one, man. I'll let you do the hand thing again.
So the
hand thing.
The hand thing? Oh, that thing.
Ah!
Doing a late back roll with a grab, I would say, like all tricks, it's very important to just be able to do a late back roll without a grab first. The late back roll can be kind of an intimidating trick, and you don't see it a whole lot without a Mega Loop, actually. From my experience, you want to be able to do, well, a normal back roll first. You should be comfortable jumping at a medium height, I would say, with pretty controlled soft landings. And I would say you'd want to try it with a larger kite first. That makes landing better, and if you do mess up a little bit of the kite redirection in the air, the crashes are a lot softer. Starting off with, how do you initiate that type of rotation? Because it's very all of a sudden. You don't get the water to help you out. That's kind of the whole point of the late back rolls. It's just very spontaneous in the air. You typically don't even see it coming. It's just, whoa, you did a rotation. I would say the most important thing I've found from doing late back rolls is line tension is key. You want to time your rotation where you still have line tension. If you start to lose your line tension, kind of after you pass the peak of your jump and your lines are starting to lose their tension, then when you go for the rotation, it won't be very fast, and you'll feel like it's very wobbly and not very stable. So normally how I time my rotation is I will jump, I'll be ascending towards the very top of the jump, and right at about the peak, I'll go and throw that rotation. For me, I do it by turning my head towards my front shoulder to initiate it, and I also typically bring up one of my legs to make my body narrower versus wider, as that helps speed up a rotation, kind of like ice skaters and figure skaters do, to accelerate that rotation as they build into it. And then as I come out, I release that leg to slow down the rotation. It is possible to do the rotation a little bit later if you time it with the redirection of a kite, which you'll see in some of my videos. I'll start to rotate kind of as I'm starting to pull that front hand as it starts giving me line tension once again, but kind of the big no-go zone is right in the middle of the top of your jump where there's not a whole lot of tension. So you've already made it to the top and you haven't started redirecting, it'll be very difficult to initiate that rotation.
So just to chime in here and help everybody understand, what you're saying is for the late back roll, basically what you're doing is you're sending a jump like normal, and then when you do the redirect on the kite, when you're sending it forward, that's when you're going to throw the back roll. It's just like a regular back roll, am I correct?
Pretty well like a regular back roll.
Yeah, all the same like little things about getting small, looking over the shoulder. It's really just the timing, right? As you're redirecting the kite, which makes sense because you're getting pulled forward, looks a little bit more intense, and it adds a little bit of style.
Yes.
Now you did I believe it was a Crail grab. I only watched the clip once, so man, I'm hoping it's not a seatbelt grab.
I think it is.
Yeah, so basically a Crail is when you take your backhand, reach across your body to the nose of the board, kind of like if you're in the passenger seat of a car and buckling your seatbelt.
Correct.
Seatbelt grab is like you're in the driver's side of an American car. Sorry, we're from the U.S. An American car, driver's side, front hand across. Anyway, so it's a Crail grab. Do you want to break down what you do for the Crail grab?
For the Crail grab, if you want to implement it into a late back roll trick, I would say it's first important to just be able to do a Crail grab on a straight air. For that, one of the ways I actually practiced it was I would say if I was at home or on the beach and you've never done a Crail grab before, you can always just try laying back with your board on and try to reach for it. Try to build that muscle memory, since it is a little bit further than just an easy tail grab. Once you go across and you can get pretty comfy holding that on a normal jump, For me, I use it as a kind of an initiator into my late back roll. So you'll see me hold it for a second, and then as I start to pull that front hand pressure and regain that line tension again, I can then drop it and go into a rotation. And by dropping it, my board is changing angles and it's allowing me to add a little bit of rotational force from it. And it allows me to spin a little bit easier. I kind of just discovered that trick by accident because it just felt like the right thing to do after I let go of a nose grab on a jump, and I was like, oh, it works.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, a lot of freestylers will do something very similar where they'll actually kick out in the opposite direction before they do a rotation, because it basically just gives you a point to, like, you're creating energy and then you can move away from that energy. I don't know why that works, to be honest with you, but it's a great little hack for anything like that. You kind of move the opposite direction that you want to move first.
Yes, and for the late back roll as well, one thing I forgot to mention is when you go up into it pretty well as a normal jump, one thing that can also help if you're struggling to really get that energy to commit to the rotation is actually, as you jump, almost be looking towards a front side rotation a little bit, so you have a little bit of a wind up to go into it, and that should help get you a little bit more speed and power into it. I found just from watching a lot of Kiteloop late back roll videos, you can see people very subtly kind of pulling away from their kite a little bit, and then as they initiate the loop, that pull helps throw them into the rotation. So it just doesn't always come from nothing. You can kind of use that counter rotation to initiate a faster turn. In combination with good line tension timing, you should come around a lot faster than you would expect.
Epic, man. Is that pretty much it? Sums it up?
Pretty much, I would say.
Sick.
Line tension, a little bit of counter force. The grab can help, but learn a base one first without it. Start with a big kite. That makes it easier and safer for all those style tricks. And then as you get more and more confident with that, you can slowly progress that towards adding it in with other tricks like a mega loop.
Sick. So as well, remember, we did do a big air basics video on the traditional back roll with Sean from North. So if you want more tips on how to do the big air back rolls and more details, go check that one out. Come back and watch this video and take it to the next level with that late back roll and adding grabs to it. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. And if you found the video helpful, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you.
We'll catch you guys next time.
See you next time.